Let's go. I am so lame. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this week we're gonna have a little heart to heart. We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. We're gonna get real honest, because this week we're gonna talk about what university is gonna be like in September of 2020. Social distancing measures are probably still gonna be in place in September, and university life is often about not social distancing. So things are going to be a little bit different in how it works, but I promise you it's going to be okay. I know lots of people will have deferred entry, but if you haven't and you've made the choice to go, there are still going to be ways for you to have a normal-ish university experience. So let me advise you. My first thing to say is just don't worry. It will be okay. Life will get back to normal. It definitely won't be normal in September. It will be different to how things normally are, but that doesn't mean that nothing will ever be normal again. You've still got your second and third year, and maybe even more, to have a typical freshers week. So don't worry about that front. It's okay. It will be fine. I promise. One thing that I think is really important to point out is that online lectures aren't really that big of a deal. Like, do I think we should still be paying £9 grand for online lectures? No. However, they're not doing anything about that, so we're kind of just stuck in this boat of paying too much money. But anyway, that's a discussion for a different time. Let me level with you. Most university students miss a couple of lectures, whether that's a couple of lectures a year, a couple of lectures a month, a couple lectures a week, or a couple lectures a day. Lots of university students, in fact, I'd say the majority of university students miss lectures, whether that is because they are ill, whether that's because they're having an existential crisis, or whether it's because they're just a bit hungover and want to order a Mackey's on Uber Eats and eat it in bed. All valid reasons. The beauty of university is that most lectures are recorded, certainly at my uni, and I know lots of other unis are the same. Lecturers will record their lectures and just upload them online onto your university portal, and you can easily catch up with them. I've had friends who have missed so many lectures that their whole revision period is just catching up on the lectures that they have missed. So, in that sense, online lectures aren't going to be the end of the world. The thing is, teaching at university is very different to how it is at sixth form or in secondary school. You don't just have lessons, you have lectures, you have workshops, you have tutorials, you have seminars. They're all very different things. And most universities have said the main thing that will be online is lectures, but that they're still going to allow small groups of face-to-face teaching. So that means your seminars, your workshops, your tutorials, that's all still going to be normal. You'll still be doing your practical work in your small groups, hopefully, especially if you've got things like labs. You'll still be having one-to-one tutorials with lecturers. And the thing is, in a big lecture hall, that's not normally the place where you ask questions, because there's about 200 other people sat in there with you, and you're probably not going to be the one who wants to raise their hand and ask a question, because that's what seminars are for. Seminars are groups of about 10 to 15 people, maybe even less, sat in a room with the person who delivered the lecture or one of the other staff who knows about that subject, and it's your opportunity to learn more, go more in depth, and ask the questions you couldn't ask in a lecture. So online learning in terms of lectures, it's not going to be that different. It's going to be fine, so don't stress about that. It will be a-okay. Cool. So yeah, in terms of the academic side of uni, you really won't be missing out on much. Loads of courses are made up of more contact time with your workshops, your seminars, that kind of thing, so don't stress on that front. Something else that totally isn't going to change, moving to university will still be a life-changing experience. Most people move out of their parents' home for the first time into a brand new city and meet brand new people. That will not change. You'll still have to learn to cook something other than pasta, and you'll still have to learn how to do your washing. They're universal lessons that are not going to go away because of coronavirus. So that in itself is still going to be a life-changing experience, and for that I would so recommend that you still go to uni, because it is the best learning how to be independent, I promise you that. Another thing that's not going to change is that you will still meet incredible friends. Oh my god, I can't cope with my glasses anymore. I know I say this all the time, but like, it is particularly bad today. They might not be the kind of friends you meet in the toilets on a drunken night out in a club. However, they're kind of not the friends that you keep anyway. The friends that you make and you keep are the ones you meet on your course, the ones that you live in a flat with, the ones that you meet in societies. You're still going to meet all of those people, so don't worry about not making friends. It will still be fine. You'll still have the same opportunities. It might just not be 100% in person all of the time. Especially with your flatmates, like, there is no way social distancing is going to stop you getting to know the people you live with. So I wouldn't worry on that front. It will all be fine. And you'll still be able to chat to course mates in seminars, workshops, like I said before. Lectures aren't really the kind of place that you would chat to another person. Like, you'll be working together in seminars and workshops, and that's when you can really get to know someone. Society activities will still be happening. Over the last couple months, since March, societies at universities across the country have been coming up with ways to find out how they can function online. It's not the same, but it's a new normal. That means that you can still get involved with a choir, a band, a sports club through your laptop and webcam. And who knows, by September, it might be completely different. We might be able to go and do more things. Like tennis, aren't you already allowed to play tennis or something? So there's definitely ways to move forward with it. It will not be the end of the world. And hopefully when you're into your second and third year, everything will be back to normal again. And you'll be able to get involved in those societies in a more in-depth way. Societies are working really hard behind the scenes to make sure that you can still have a great experience come September. It might be a bit different in that you might not be going to a freshers fair, because that is normally just a lot of people packed into a very small space. But there are still other ways to find out about societies, and universities are working so hard to make sure you can have as normal of a university freshers experience as you possibly can. And here's a big one. Nights out will not be the same. They just won't. I have no idea when clubs will open, but it's not looking great at the minute. And even if they are allowed to open, a lot of universities are really quite precautious when it comes to that kind of thing. For example, the university-run clubs at my uni closed before all the other clubs in the country were told they had to close, because they were more concerned for student welfare and that kind of thing. They generally are a bit more cautious on that kind of front, so I won't lie, university clubs might not be opening for quite a while, but that doesn't mean external clubs might be opening earlier. I don't know, it's just no one can predict the future, and it probably won't be normal in September, but you know, you never know if by Christmas or by your second year, everything might be back to normal, and then you'll be able to go on those fun nights out. But equally, I personally find the best bit of a night out is prees. And you'll still be able to pre with the people that you live with. You'll still be able to meet one other household, so one other flat indoors, and pre with them. So I kind of can't help but think that house parties will become the new normal next year. And I'm kind of not mad about it, because house parties can be just as fun as going out. In fact, sometimes they can be better, because you're not spending more money on drinks, and you can put your own chips in the oven rather than paying extortionate prices to get some fries with cheese sprinkled on top. You can do it all yourself at home. It's a win-win. And if you're not into the drinking scene, great news. You'll still be able to stay in, have the movie nights with your friends, have pamper sessions, get to know everyone, and it'll all be Gucci. I'd say the main thing to remember is that it will get back to normal eventually. It might not feel like it now, but I promise that it will. We'll have a new normal come September, and it's something we'll all have to get used to. And remember, you still have so many more years of university left. And for me, I'm going into my final year, so I might be missing freshers, but I've already had 2 shots at it before. So, you know, it could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse. And the UK currently seem to be on this like straightforward path of just, it's gonna be fine. Whether that's the right decision or not, it's sort of the way things are going, and everything's just going full steam ahead. So I don't know. It's impossible to predict what it will be like, but there are ways to get around everything, and there are ways to still have fun in every situation without breaking social distancing rules. So I promise it'll all be okay. This video was highly requested, so I hope that it has been of some help to some of you out there. Subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment all the nice things. I've got a lot of fresher videos coming soon, so if you're starting university in September, or you're still at university, or you just want to reminisce about university, or you're wondering what university is going to be like when you go there in the next couple years, then do click the subscribe button, because I've got lots of content tailor-made for you. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!